Yo, good afternoon. This is another episode of the 3% Show here. I am your host, Jay Davis, sitting with the incredible Allona in the house. Thank you. Go ahead and speak up, Shay.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for having me.
It's all good. It's all good. So it's an honor and a privilege. You know how you meet people, you don't necessarily know them, but you know people, good stock of people that they're affiliated with.
Yes.
And I heard about this young lady's story just from, well, not too much, but then enough to know that, we need therapists in the world, no matter if it's men or women, and what they have to offer and what they specialize in. But you also have to understand all therapists have a past to get to where they are, and that's the beautiful thing about it. This is the 3% Show. I created this show simply because I think people will tell you 97% of the truth, and that's admirable. Mm-hmm. The 3% unspoken normally holds power. It's what pushes them. It's what destroys them. It's what keeps them going, and it's goal-oriented. So I just want to have a platform to wish you on and put you on, and I'm glad you're here. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Thanks again for having me.
You're more than welcome. So if I might, we're from the dot.
Yes,
and
we
if you
are.
don't know, that's Wyandotte County. That's this little
Absolutely.
913 here.
913.
Gates Barbecue, Paul Bunyan's,
Yes.
Gizzards,
Yes.
all that. Bring a free bar of soap. Get in Parkwood Park to swim, Mr. Watson. But if we can, just give us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, my name is ALLONA Harrison, and I am, for the third time, embarking on a career change. Have gone through several roles. I won't say career change. I'll say meshing them, because I've managed over the years to combine them and make them relevant with one another. So went from nursing to criminal justice, and now I'm pursuing a degree in clinical mental health counseling.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Oh, Sally Mae. I don't even want to know what Sally Mae talking about with
Mae.
you. Oh, Sally Mae will never know my name. I'm not going back to school.
Not going
But
back.
in regards, that's brilliant. That's good. And it's good to hear that you're so well versed in today's time, and you have a eagerness to learn and also to pay it forward, because I'm very big on paying it forward. So if I might ask, because I see you got the fly gear on.
Oh, okay.
Come on with the, she got the brooch. You see it. You see her. But tell us about, who are you as a person? Where's your roots from, as far as being a young lady leading kind of up to, let's say, college maybe?
To college, okay. As a person, I think if there was one word to describe me, it would be genuine. I don't feel like you run across genuine people every day in life, so I kind of pride myself on that.
That's facts.
What's led me to this path? Well, I started as a CNA, certified nursing aide, helping, cleaning.
You went to Sumner Academy, though,
I went
right?
to Sumner Academy.
So she has a brain. For those who don't know, Sumner Academy is,
Yes, I'm going to get to more about my experiences at
okay,
Sumner Academy.
okay. I'm sorry about that.
No,
Go ahead.
you're fine. Started as a CNA to LVN, a licensed vocational practical nurse in Kansas City is what it's called. And then now I'm pursuing a bachelor's in criminal justice, and now I'm pursuing my master's, as I stated earlier. I would say my early challenges at Sumner Academy, one of the things, I call them breadcrumbs that probably have led me to this place in my career, is one of my early challenges was I was a teen parent at Sumner Academy.
Really?
Yes, I was a teen mom by the age of 15. And as you know, but the viewers may not know, Sumner is sort of the cream of the crop
Civilized
school.
Negroes go to Sumner Academy. Shout out to Sumner. My sister went there.
Yes, absolutely. Sumner Academy. And so you were chosen to
Correct.
attend this school. And it's a college preparatory school.
Mm-hmm.
So as you could imagine, being a teen parent, at that time there was an alternative school called Mother High, which was set aside specifically for teen parents. I rejected that because I felt like I did not lose my ability to think or my academia. So I decided to remain at Sumner Academy. And as a result of that, probably brought a lot of shame or disappointment to the school. So that was one of my first early challenges, I would say.
Wow. And that's so crazy. I'm from that era. You know what I'm saying? And I can totally understand in whatever the situations are and how life plays out. It's so much that society try to put on us in certain communities versus others, where it happened every other day. They try to normalize it or overlook it. how's that experience as far as what was your drive and determination, and what does your village look like, or not having a village look like going through that situation, excelling past high school? Because most people going to say you're going to graduate high school, but going to higher education. How did that change your current lifestyle before being a teen mom to after being a teen mom?
I would say, first, I want to say I have full support of my parents and of my family, of my village. I had the full support of everyone. I was never told that I was a disappointment. My family was more or less like, we're going to get through this.
Absolutely.
The experience at Sumner Academy, however, taught me that life would not view me that way. And so there was I experienced a lot of, I would say, passive bullying, if you will, even from administrators and from teachers. My experience there at Sumner Academy, there were 2 coaches. I don't know if I should give them a shout out or not, but there were 2 coaches that played a viable part in my life before, because I played basketball before. They were my basketball coaches.
Coach Springs?
No, Coach Ayers and Miss Coach Mobley.
Okay,
So
okay.
Winnie Ayers and
Well, shout out to
Miss
them,
Mobley.
because my sister
Absolutely.
played ball. Latanya Davis at Washington. So.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Grover and all
Yeah.
that.
So as you can imagine, after becoming pregnant, I could no longer play basketball, but I
Yeah.
still had the full support of those coaches. And then there was one person in particular, Mrs. Carolyn Jones, who was our school counselor. And it was probably my first experience with counseling, and not understanding at that time the impact that would have on my life later. So it all came full circle.
And I don't think anybody really realized what a school counselor is. I never knew anything. I had Butch Ellison as my school counselor, and I just went in there when I just wanted to get away from class, you know. So let's do this, if I may.
Absolutely.
Gosh, it's so much. Not so much, but I'm truly excited that you're here.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
number one. Growing up, what were some of the things that you wanted to do, and what led you to get into the medical field?
Interestingly enough, I never wanted to get into the medical field. I
Okay.
wanted to be an attorney, is what I ultimately wanted to be. So I participated in debate and speech when I was at Sumner Academy. And also had a father that it was a part of our quality time in the home. You know, you had to, we grew up with understanding where you stood and speaking up for yourself and not being a follower. So those were some of the seeds that my father planted in all of us and watched them grow. So I never wanted to be a nurse. By becoming a teen parent, that kind of slowed my plans down, and you know, you kind of have to focus on how was I going to make a living right now.
Correct.
Right
Have
away.
to make that pivot in life.
Right away. So nursing really was my side hustle, because I knew that I could always have a job. I knew that I could always find a part-time job, and I knew that the hours and the opportunities were endless on what you could do. So I knew that I could always do that and work, and always do that and go to school. So that's how I ended up in nursing.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So let's fast forward a little bit. What was life leading up to making decisions from one change to another change to end up here in the mental health field? Because I feel like this younger generation, for us older people, have actually given us the blueprint to say, hey, therapy is a real thing. Anxiety is a real thing. You see it through us. While I'm asking questions like, why are you worried about cyberbullying and you're depressed? You didn't have crack around you. You didn't have Crips and Bloods. You didn't have nearly the stuff we went through in the 80s. But they're going through their own things, and it hit to me and reflected like I needed therapy, and therapy's open for more adults. So what made you think to say, hey, I want to get into therapy? Because I tried to find a therapist, and it was hard. It was so hard to find a black male therapist. And then I ended up with an incredible young lady that's been my therapist for like 2 years. So what was the trigger, and besides the counselor, what it took place to make you get to these steps?
I don't think there was one incident. I think there was a journey that I took. So fast forwarding, as an LPN, I took a position as a family advocate. And in this position, we addressed infant mortality rate with the Maternal Child Health Coalition. And I specialize with teen parents. So here's, life
Full
coming
circle.
full circle again.
Mm-hmm.
And in
Want to
that,
do it?
Yeah, yes, he will. Yes, he will. I can look back now and say, wow, I can see it all so clearly
Absolutely.
now. But of course, when you're going through it, it doesn't. You don't know. So
And
you
the
just be
world don't
obedient.
know. Absolutely.
You just be obedient, and then you'll land where you're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
So in this role of servicing teen parents, I also some of them were actually juvenile delinquents as well.
Okay.
So there is a layered effect there, being a teen mom and already in the system. And then you're talking about breaking generational curses. And so, as I mentioned before, there used to be a Mother High. That school was defunded at the time that I was working as a family advocate. And so I saw a need, and I was in all of the area high schools in USD 500 doing focus and support groups with the teen parents.
Okay.
And it sounded like a great idea, right? We'll get these kids together, we'll get them talking, what led you here. But what I found was a lot of those conversations were very harsh. A lot of those conversations uncovered a lot of wounds for these young ladies. And I felt guilty leaving there because I had gotten them to build rapport with
Right.
me and open up and trust me. But here they were crying, and all these wounds and ghosts from their past were now present. And I'm packing up at the end of
There's
my
nobody
day.
to stitch it up or salt on
Absolutely.
it or anything.
So that was my spark moment that said, I owe them something more. And at that particular time, there was a program called Telehealth ran by KU Medical Center.
Okay.
And the purpose of that program was trying to get adolescents into healthcare, to go to the doctor, physicals and things, but it was failing. And so I rewrote a proposal to them asking them if we could use that for mental health services. For one, based on the stigma, as you talked about before, these young ladies are in school. It would prevent them from missing school to go. They could still have privacy, and that the telehealth professional would be available while we were doing group sessions. So they could step out if they were having a moment,
Correct.
or stay after the group if they were having a moment. So that was my first getting my feet wet and recognizing the importance of mental health.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy how God takes you 360. You can relate to him versus just being somebody that can speak to you about things. You've done it on the highest level at a high grade high school, but had to deal with the way society and their standards of what students should be. You want the student for their brain. It's not about how they live their life.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, being in this field, if I might ask, because I've had personal traumas that I've discussed, and recently I understand that some of my traumas have been hidden. And through conversations I'm having with friends, I'm realizing no, some dark stuff happened to me
Absolutely.
that I've been able to overlook, so I can be strong for everybody else. How do you communicate or make yourself available for the stigma of we need to pray it away versus me telling you God created a therapist for them to be of service to you, so it's under his umbrella. How is it being, or I can't even say what's the approach about it, but it's something that I truly wish to get, I hope for. Just like on Soul Food, the uncle had the answer the whole time, but y'all locked him in the back room. He knows things. But how would you tell more people to navigate about or think openly about therapy is not just for crazy people or white people, or it's for people, human beings, period?
One of the things I start with is when you talk about trauma, and we have to realize generational trauma comes into effect as well. And without going too deep, when you understand the history of slavery, the racism, the oppression, the things that we have experienced as people that are unique to people who look like you and I, that comes with a lot of challenges. That comes with a lot of survival techniques that we've used to get through. And so having the nursing aspect, the way I pitch that or explain that to clients or potential clients or just people in general who are thinking or discussing or having topics around mental health is God created us with many organs. You have the heart, you have the lungs, you have the pancreas, you have the liver. The brain is our most valuable organ. And I don't think that people think of the brain as an organ. And just as our pancreas can go sideways, diabetes, just as our lungs, we can get disease in our lungs, just as all of those organs can malfunction in some sort of way that may be controlled with diet and exercise, may require medication, as is the brain.
Absolutely. Okay, you sharp. You sharp.
Oh.
So, lighten it up a little bit. What brings you joy in this? I mean, in this point in your life, what truly brings you sunshine? What brings you white rabbits? What have you learned about yourself versus the person that you were when you started this journey, 15 years old, going to the 20s? And I'm not going above 20s because I got 5 sisters. I don't ask age, but at this point, what brings you joy and sunshine? Because it's a reason why therapists need a therapist. But what have you learned about yourself and expanding and things of that nature? What brings you joy?
What I've learned about myself is I feel like my calling is a healer and has always been. Even though I intended to be an attorney, I found myself in places where I'm helping others and serving others. Serving others is where I find the most joy. Now, my own lesson, the therapist needing a lesson along that way, was understanding that I don't have to walk the whole journey with them, and then separating the work from the person. And what I mean by that is I had to learn that there were some people that were going to come into my life and just take.
Absolutely.
And then there were others that truly I impacted and was able to help. So me sorting through that, learning when something was work and when something was having discernment on when that connection, or if you would say, all my toils are casting my jewels amongst the swine. So I had to learn the difference between that. And so I think that's what I would say. That's what brings me joy, really, is I want to see people win.
Absolutely.
I want to see people win.
And that's my whole thing.
Yeah.
That's my guilty pleasure. And I feel bad about it, but I be wanting to invest in my depression for me, if I can speak candid.
Yes.
I can do anything for anybody in the world. But when it comes time for me, I can't get out of bed. Fear, my biggest fear in life is success. And I cannot figure it out. Because I know that I'm uber talented. I've been in big rooms, and I was the smallest thing there doing great things. So for me, being young and from Wyandotte County, you know, my first run-in with trauma was finding out as a young man that's gifted in sports, everything that comes with it. You don't have control. Coaches have control. Your school, parents. It was so much to me. So I transferred, and I knew that I needed therapy because I was looking at a different world and crying. But from beginning to end, and I realized the last time I felt safe in my home was the 3rd grade. That's before things started taking place. So, you know, I just wanted to bring you on this platform again, just to give you your flowers for having enough strength and truly investing. And it seems like this is not a new thing.
No.
So you've fully been embedded in this, and the world needs people like you. Yeah. So have you lived in Houston? Where all have you moved? Because where we're from, normally people never
don't move
move.
Away. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they don't. I've always been the risk taker. I left Kansas City in 2011.
I did too.
I left in 2011, and reason being is I had one son attending college at UNT in North Texas, and another one attending college in Langston University in Oklahoma.
I guess so I got good food in that lane.
Yeah.
I heard about the cafeteria at Langston.
The cafeteria. I didn't hear much about the cafeteria. So I left Kansas City because I wanted to be closer to them, to be a support, and I was ready. I was ready to leave Kansas City even before then. I think I just felt like whatever was for me, I had to go outside of Kansas City to find it.
Yeah. I would agree. That's how I felt my whole life. I never felt like I belonged in Kansas City. And my therapist to this day, I learned a lesson. Every time I flew home, and even my ex-girlfriend said, every time you come back home, come back, you're different. And she was like, it is a such thing called trauma, bonding and trauma flying. She was like, it's a trauma thing for you. Every time you come back, I have to rebuild you up and reassure you and tell you that you are enough. And I mean to tell you, I've tried male therapists when looking on the long list, and it's nothing against anything, but it's for me, I didn't see enough black male therapists. It didn't matter. If I see LGBTQ, it's nothing against it, but I'm like, that's their emphasis to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough black males there, so I'm here to tell you as a black man that if you have a woman therapist,
Yes.
please get over yourself.
Yeah.
They're human beings and probably great at what they do, period.
Yes.
And that's one thing that I've been emphasizing because a lot of my friends would say, well, it's not men therapists. I'm like, well, do you want help or not? God asked, do you want to be saved or not? What you
Sent
going
you
to
the
do?
boat, right?
That's it.
I sent you the boat.
So going forward, what would you like to experience and expound on in this career that you're taking? I mean, are you just wanting to do like volunteer with kids or anything of that, fun organizations? Because you sound like you have the experience in so many things. Where would you like to see your journey go from here?
Primarily, my experience, I've had a plethora of things with having the nursing aspect of it. Of course, I've
Correct.
had clients of all type. And I was a hospice nurse for 12 years as well. So that has
you
given
done
me,
it all.
I've gained a whole new perspective on life.
Absolutely.
Even though it was about transitioning, it taught me about a lot about life and living and how people approach that. I've primarily always worked with women and children of all, races and cultures. I would like to expound to include more men. I currently do have a few men on my caseload, and interestingly enough, they share with me often about how they didn't feel like because I was a woman that they would be heard and be understood. So I guess somewhere along the line I'm doing something sort of right.
Exactly.
Because
And
they
that's the
keep
reason
coming
why I
back.
verbatim said that. Like, hey, if my friends
Yeah.
are listening to the show, share it with somebody who claimed they want help. And when you go into these spaces, please tell the truth the first time. Don't tell half truths and expect to get a whole healing. It makes no sense. I tried it the first time with a male therapist, and it just didn't work out for me.
Yeah. I tell people therapy is hard work, and it only works if you work.
That's true. And leading to that, it's the homework that gets you through. Somebody once told me a therapist's job is not to keep you on that sofa or that line the whole time. A good therapist wants to see you thrive
Yes.
and only come back for check-ins if need be.
We want to give you the tools to be successful, which is why I said I like to see everybody win. That's what brings me joy. And I feel like changing from nursing to a therapist role has allowed me to go from the reactive phase of addressing our health to the proactive phase, because I'm not sure that many people understand that a lot of the dis-ease in our body can be very parallel and correlate to how we manage our lives day to day.
I would agree completely. This time, last January, I probably lost 15 pounds just like that because I had hard decisions coming in my life. And instead of me going to my therapist or using the tools or even just taking care of myself, period, I am the type that I would destroy myself first before I climb the ladder and become even more. So I'm truly encouraging not just men, especially men. I'm not gonna lie. I'm on y'all bros. Y'all need to go ahead and get this therapy, get this thing in you. But just being able to have family therapy. You know how many times I feel like, and this is just for me, I have a passion in my heart from growing up with my sisters and mother. I have 5 sisters. But I have a thing about women between the age of 60 and 42.
Okay.
Because those were some of the most hard times for me, experiencing life, seeing women being touched, rapes, incest. You're not going to be nothing. You can't dress this way because it makes you look a certain kind of way when you're just a young lady. And this is what God gave me. The low self-esteem and more, and things happen to, me as far as that. But it's just something about being a young black woman in an era where you had to either it made you or it broke you. And even though you made it, sometimes it's so much baggage that comes along with that trickles down to your kids.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm encouraging people, hey, you might need therapy. Talk to your kids. You can't be Superman every day because they don't know how kryptonite affects you. They'll never know how to get up. How much, how important is it to do group therapy for families or anything of that nature? Is that something that you would really recommend for a family to try to do?
Yeah, I would even say for someone who has been contemplating mental health, but fighting the stigma of, there's nothing wrong with me. Family therapy would be a great start because what we do know is there's always family trials and challenges and fallouts.
Absolutely.
So I think that would be a great first introduction to therapy. For one, is because you have someone there who can mediate. I think many times with family conflict, when we try to solve it amongst ourselves, everybody's talking over each other and nobody's really hearing. And so you have a therapist there who can first mediate and then make sure that you're really hearing what the other person is saying. The therapist is trained and skilled enough to be able to do that because you may be listening and you're hearing one thing because you have experience and history with this person.
Right.
And you may be missing what they're really saying. So I think that would be a great intro.
Now, can you please explain what a non-biased opinion is? Because people will always say therapy, and you're going to get a non-biased opinion, but can you? I know you know the definition of it, but what does it truly mean? So somebody that's listening will truly take it to heart, like, okay, so it is okay for me to be in this space of feeling weird, yet I'm still able to be heard.
Yeah. So what that looks like in therapy is, there's body language that happens that even if someone doesn't verbally judge you, you can tell from their energy or from their tone or body language, the way they present, you're being judged. A good therapist, you will not experience that. They will create an environment that's safe. And you will learn that from sharing the thing that was taboo or that you were afraid to share, that they're not going to make a big deal about it. There's not going to be the gasping. And so as therapists, we build that rapport to let you know that this is your space. This is a safe space. I'm not here to judge.
Absolutely.
I'm not here to make decisions on what you do in your life. I'm here to give you the tools to deal with the things that are creating challenges in your life. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, so the non-biased, let's get over that because my therapist told me, she once told me, and it's the simplest things. I never thought I'd be a quote person. She told me, I forgot what she said. Never mind. I truly forgot, but I always said just about being never mind.
Well, allow me to circle back on the non-bias.
Okay.
Because we are therapists and we are human. And we do have biases. It would be unrealistic to say that therapists don't have biases. But we're trained to check ourselves.
So you're trying to fix your face.
Body
language,
trained,
everything.
You know what your triggers are. You know what your things are. And then if we have a moment that our biases shows up in session, we should own that. We're supposed to own that and apologize.
And see, that's
make
key.
It right.
Because sometimes I feel like people will feel judged if you gasp or, our thought process of a therapist is I'm sitting on the sofa. You got a book. You ain't saying nothing, but all you hear is that pencil just growing. And then I can feel that's a heavy thing. That could be anxiety. Just figuring out what are you writing.
Yeah.
Because you are putting somebody in a personal space.
Exactly.
That's crazy work.
And to piggyback, if you do feel judged in a session on that, just like with your medical doctor, you have a second opinion, right? You can see another doctor.
Absolutely.
You can choose another therapist.
And I tell people that.
Yeah, you
try
can
more
ask
than
your
one.
therapist to refer you. They're not going to be upset or angry with you. I don't think that we're a good fit. You can say that to your therapist.
Can you say that one more time?
You can say to your therapist, I don't think that we're a good fit. Can you refer me to someone else?
Because that may be something that most people wouldn't know. Like I work in customer service. So I've noticed that people, I can't say which group, but I'm just saying, instead of them saying, hey, I would like to cancel my order, they'll go down the street, around the block, tell me everything bad before I'm able to say, sorry, you just calling to cancel your order. Well, yes.
Yeah.
And I think that, I don't think it's fair that people that try therapy, no matter if they're telling half truths or whole truth, don't actually take the time to find a decent therapist. It's just a one hitter quitter, and that's sad at this moment because we need it with the economy, with the world. I feel anxious. I'm actually getting off of social media. Probably by Sunday, I'm probably going to be off of Facebook completely because there's just so much information that's coming in to the point where I need to limit myself and just live in the moment. So, I see you have Never mind, nobody's here. But how has the impact of your family covered you from the time, even before 15? Because I know you started at 15. I don't know what your life was before. But how has your family roots been able to assist you and help you? And what does that look like for you? And what does that mean to you to have family that truly support and love you?
It means the world, especially as I've had experiences with other friends and associates and people along the way, and you just see all these different dynamics of family. Of course, there's not a perfect family. It doesn't exist, but I do feel like my family was perfect for me. Uh, my parents were not really a get in your business type parent. Live your life, make your mistakes. We're allowed that freedom. Now, on the other hand, I wish they had warned us a little bit more about some things or maybe even better prepared us. But they did allow us autonomy to live life. And if you need me, I'm here. Look me up.
Yeah.
And I think that I know that rolled into my siblings as well. We're kind of like that. We're not in one another's business to the extent. And I'm saying this because a lot of times, even with friends, I hear people are living for the expectation of their parents, or I don't want to disappoint them, or they're not living a life that they truly want or would pick.
Correct.
They've made life choices based on
The situations
the
at hand.
pressure, to perform. And I would say not having that in my family as my parents, the way they raised us, I can now see the power in that and being able to be an individual
Yeah.
and being able to. My dad always, actually, we would get in trouble. We couldn't be followers in our household. And oftentimes he'd ask us questions and we were never allowed to say, I don't know. He was like, you have a brain. You can think about it. You can tell me. You'll get back to me later. Let me look that up. But I don't know was not an acceptable answer in our household. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, that's a beautiful thing. And well, congratulations on the parenting and the family bond and just having a family who supported you when the world, quote unquote, in those days would shut you off, write you off, and wait to see what you're going to become. You've shown so much through that. We live in a society where I hate red flags. But if I can ask you, what are red flags that people might want to look at internally or just notice about themselves to show that they might need therapy or some kind of counseling as far as how they feel?
The first one that comes to mind that I would say falls in that category description that you just gave me would be if you're having a repeated pattern or behavior that you don't like and you don't want and you haven't figured out how to stop that pattern and behavior from showing up, that's probably one of the first signs that you can benefit from therapy. The other thing, I don't see it as a red flag. I see it as a green flag because I want to change the ideology that a therapist is for when the house is on fire.
Absolutely.
We should be armored up
Proactive.
with these tools because life is going to happen. The ebbs and flows of life are going to happen. That's not going to change. And we have to constantly pivot and adjust and find ways to adapt to the things that are happening in our life. So it's not about being crazy. It's not about being weak. It's not about being broken or something wrong. Think of it as I'm just going to get some tools to help me along the way because even though life is great right now, I know something's coming.
It don't do no good to have a spare tire and you ain't got no jack.
Absolutely.
So you need to know how to have the tools needed. You need to learn how to operate it in all conditions, rain, heat, side of the road, traffic, because that's how life happens. So it does make sense to have therapy on your side. This is just incredible, and like I said, I truly appreciate the work that you're doing in the community.
Well, thank you.
And I say community, I love the culture, but in the community, because I need you to not only get us where we need to be as a culture, I need you to get all people leveled out, because I truly believe life is nothing but cause and effect once you leave your house.
Yeah.
You never know how somebody's feeling, what they've been through. They don't know what you've been through in the same retrospect. So we're getting almost to the end of this here.
Okay.
I would love to open the floor. Is there anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs? Is there anything that you're currently doing that you would like to plug, or that first, the shout outs?
Okay. I have so many shout outs.
Take your time. Let
I'm
them
gonna
lead you.
narrow
Let them lead you.
This is my family, obviously, my family wholeheartedly, my immediate family, my mom, my sister, my brother, my children, for supporting me and breathing life into me. I have such a village of strong women in my life right now that have poured into me, continue to pour into me, to all of them. But one specifically is Miss Cherie Allen, Mrs. Cherie Allen. She's in Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
We met on this nursing journey, that maternal child health coalition job that I was telling you about, and have become great friends over the years. And her being a nurse practitioner, took it upon herself to go back to school to be psych, and that was the motivating thing. I knew I wanted to go back to school. I'm about to say, because
nurse practitioner, they laid, they got it all.
Yeah, so we have a mantra that we're ready to change the world.
Absolutely.
She and I, especially for people that look like us, because there's not a lot of representation in this field for that, but it is growing, so be encouraged. We're out here trying to pave the way and open it up for even more people that look like us to join us on this journey. So I have to have the compassion to want to help people, want to see people do better and win. After Cherie, I would say currently I'm a student, so I've got a couple more semesters to go before I'm finished, and I am just trying to, I would like to put a plug in, if I will.
This is your platform. This is your
so
show.
I don't know if we have the flyer available in electronic form. I don't know if that can go across the screen or not, but if not,
I'll put it up in there.
Okay.
Just send it to me, and I'll make sure I
so
put it in
I'm
the
looking
promo.
for clients. Unfortunately, because I'm a pre-licensed professional, I cannot take insurance, so it would be a self-pay rate. Initial intake.
See, she hit the lottery. She said self-paid
That
rate.
is, yes, it's self-pay rate of $30 for intake, and
that's it.
For the intake, yes, for the intake,
Okay.
and then follow-up appointments are $85 per session.
Makes sense.
So
that's good. That's good. I mean, and where can they find you? Because I'm gonna put this in the bio, but
okay. They can find me on Psychology Today if they just type in my name, Allona, ALLONA Harrison. And they can also find me at Martin Counseling, MARTIN Counseling in Katy, Texas.
Okay.
And I do both virtual and in person. And because I'm a student in Texas, I can service the entire Texas area. So you don't have to reside in the Katy or Houston area, anywhere in the state of Texas. As long as they're living there, I can do virtual appointments with them if they are open to doing virtual sessions.
Yeah, all mine are virtual that I've been doing. Any more shout-outs?
Am I forgetting somebody?
I don't know. That's going to be between you and who call you after watching this. Really?
Yeah, well, my friends and
No
special
pressure.
significant other that has totally supported me on this journey.
Come on, significant other.
Yeah,
You out here winning.
Out here winning.
You're out here winning, building.
That's that.
Okay. Well, the
Yeah.
last question I do have for you, and this is a 3% show. I always ask people, is there a certain point in your life that touched you, made a big impact, no matter huge or negative, that has truly led you on this journey to where you are today, where you feel at peace? That's what it was. My therapist said peace feels weird when you first get it.
Okay.
But once you have it, you have to hold yourself accountable
Yes.
for keeping your peace, even though it looks uncomfortable with conversations and more. But I never thought about that. Peace feels weird because I feel like I lived in an obese world and I was anorexic, but I was still feeding everybody but myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm finding peace now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I lift therapists up, especially black women in the field, because you deserve to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're going through school and whatever the case, you deserve to be there. You're just as intelligent, if not more. You deserve to be at these tables.
Yes.
You deserve to get there just as fast as anybody else.
Yes.
And this is something from my heart. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I have friends and I have loved people who's
Mm-hmm.
been anyway. So, what do you feel that your 3% is that led you to be on this journey, not just for therapy, but just everything, all things that you've done? Was there some that made you say, "Hey, it clicks for me. This is where I need to go," or what does that look like for you, if anything?
My 3% is, of course, being a nurse. I had a nice, cozy desk job, working from home for the last 13 years. And after being overlooked for promotions and things that I knew that I definitely qualified for and was
Mm-hmm.
deserved to do it, I was pushed out my comfort zone. I started to settle. I was going to settle there. And with that frustration, I just took a look at life and said, you know what? What do I need to be doing something that brings me joy. And so that was my 3%. It's like I was ready to settle. I was just ready to settle,
Mm-hmm.
getting close to retirement. I'll just finish out my years here.
Right.
But after experiencing some things that did lead me to counseling, right?
Mm-hmm.
The discrimination I felt like I was experiencing at work, some of the bullying I felt like I was
Right.
experiencing at work. And with going to counseling, I'm like, well, maybe this is what. And then I'm also the friend that a lot of my friends call. And
Right.
so it's like a light bulb just went off and was like, yeah, I think I want to finish out my years doing something where I can truly make a difference and make an impact and leave a different legacy other than just punching a 9 to 5. I really felt like turning to this was going to be part of my legacy, the legacy that I want to leave.
That's crazy because being a teen mom and being able to lead to work with those kids put you in the position of understanding, and you're still doing counseling.
Mm-hmm.
And then, self growth, you decide to leave Kansas City to go to a whole nother state, which
Mm-hmm.
is huge all in its own if you've
Mm-hmm.
never left home. Then
Mm-hmm.
full circle to you and Pinky and the Brain, y'all trying to conquer the world, even
Mm-hmm.
though you're almost retired.
Yes.
So now that leads you to
Yeah.
where you are now.
Yes.
So I just think God works in a miraculous way, no matter if people know the personal struggle or how it got there. But walking by faith
Absolutely.
will lead you into places because God had to kick me out. He had to kick me out of Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
He literally had to. I put myself through so much. So, again, I just wanted to give you a platform because some of your friends talk so highly of you. And I was
Oh,
like,
thank you.
I'm like, where are you getting this information from? Because clearly this ain't you.
Oh, I have to thank them.
But I just want to give you a platform because I believe there's a room at the table, no matter if you make it yourself or if they
Absolutely.
allow you at the table. I just want to have more and more people to be able to live free,
Mm-hmm.
get the correct help, and then just flourish in
Yes.
today's time, especially for black women after this election. I didn't even want to talk about it, but my heart goes out to black women
Well,
after
thank
this
you.
whole election because it was too much.
Thank you.
You deserve to have fatigue. Black women deserve to be seen
Mm-hmm.
and heard for exactly who they are. So I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate the invite.
Again, I'm going to have this young lady's information at the bottom of the screen with the post.
Mm-hmm.
Truly think about it. Chew on it. If it's not for you, be honest with yourself. If you know somebody who might be thinking of therapy, have questions about it, look her up. See what she's about. We invest in everything in the world but ourselves sometimes. $30 is nothing but a day
Mm-hmm.
at brunch
Mm-hmm.
when you're trying to drink and party your worries away to come right back home to it. So at least think about it and things of that nature. Did you have anything else you would like to say?
I did. I want to throw in there that if you're still not sure, I do offer free 15-minute consultations. So
Free 15 minutes.
if you just want to call me and see if I'm a good fit, try that as well.
Look at God. What's the excuse now? All right, well, this is another episode of the 3% Show. This is your boy, Jay Davis. We're here with Miss ALLONA and a secret guest, but we're going to remain anonymous over there in the corner, so
My
I appreciate
support.
you.